Honey, let me ask you something personal. Have you ever walked into a room, a restaurant, a family gathering, an outdoor event? And there she was? That one woman. You could not stop looking at her. Not because she was loud, not because she was showing everything she had, but because she looked expensive, polished, put together in a way that felt effortless and completely intentional at the same time. And here is the part that is going to surprise you. She was probably not wearing a single designer label. Not one. So what exactly was it? Today on Styled by Queen, we are breaking down the 7 exact visual codes that make a woman look expensive, specifically in the summer heat. Because summer is where most women's style either elevates or completely falls apart. And by the time this video is done, you will never look at your summer wardrobe the same way again. Welcome to Styled by Queen, where Black women over 50 learn to dress with the kind of intention and knowledge that changes everything. Hit that subscribe button if you are new here and come join our community of queens. And stay with me all the way to the end. Because code number 7 is the one that is going to change everything for you the very next time you get dressed. Before we dive in, drop a comment and tell me, do you have a woman in your life who always looks expensive no matter what the weather is doing? Tell me about her, because I think we all know at least one. Code number 1. The fabric that changes everything. Picture this. You walk into a store and you see 2 white linen shirts hanging side by side. Same color, same cut. One is $50. The other is $150. You grab the cheaper one. Makes complete sense, right? But 2 hours later, that cheap shirt is wilting on your body, creasing in all the wrong places, looking like you slept in it on a park bench. Meanwhile, the woman who spent a little more? Still impeccable. Not a single wrinkle out of place. Still looking like she just got dressed 5 minutes ago. The difference is fabric weight, and this one distinction changes everything. Women who look expensive in the heat wear linen between 200 and 250 grams per square meter. Heavier, more structured. It drapes on the body in a way that cheaper fabric simply cannot replicate. Egyptian cotton, heavyweight linen, raw silk. These fabrics breathe, resist sweat, hold their shape all day, and carry this quiet, luxurious quality that every eye in the room registers immediately, even if the brain cannot explain why. And here is something that might make some of you genuinely uncomfortable. Buying cheap fabrics every season is actually costing you more money than buying quality ones. That $50 shirt you replaced 3 times? You have already spent $150, and you still do not look as good. Drop your honest thoughts on that in the comments right now. Do you agree or disagree? Because I think this is going to start a real conversation. Code number 2. The white that is not actually white. This is where so many beautiful women go wrong, and nobody, absolutely nobody, ever tells them. You put together an all-white summer look, white pants, white blouse, white sandals. You look in the mirror and something feels flat, almost clinical, like a uniform. And you cannot figure out why because technically everything matches perfectly. Here is exactly why. Elegant women never wear flat matching total white. What they do instead is wear 3 different shades of white in the same outfit. Optical white linen pants, off-white creamy silk tank top, and nude sand-colored sandals That light warm beige that is almost white but carries just enough warmth to create depth. Suddenly, your look has layers, dimension, quiet sophistication. The kind that makes people stop and look without being able to explain why they cannot look away. Next time you are at an elegant outdoor event, study the women who command attention effortlessly. Even when they appear to be wearing one single color, there are always subtle shade variations happening throughout the outfit. That is never an accident. That is a code. And now you know it. Have you ever noticed this before? Drop a comment and tell me, are you going to try the 3 shades of white trick this summer? Code number 3. The strategic skin rule. It is 95 degrees outside. You want to be cool, so you put on short shorts and a strapless top. And listen, there is absolutely nothing wrong with that if comfort is the goal. But if looking expensive is the goal, that combination is quietly working against you. Here is the truth that changes how you dress forever. Elegance in the heat is not about showing skin. It is about showing skin with intention. The rule is beautifully simple. Pick one area only. Your shoulders, or your neckline, or your legs, or your back. Reveal that one area beautifully, and cover the rest with intention. Picture 2 women at an outdoor summer wedding. One has cleavage, bare legs, and open shoulders all happening at the same time. The other is in a flowing midi dress with just one subtle back cutout. One perfect reveal. One deliberate choice. Who do you think people are still talking about when they get home that evening? The woman who reveals everything gives the eye nowhere to rest. The woman who reveals one perfect, carefully chosen thing stays in your memory for days. A long dress with a single side slit? Expensive. That same slit on a short dress? Already reads as casual. Our grandmothers understood this instinctively, even if they never had the words for it. Now you do. Tell me in the comments, which is your preferred reveal? Shoulders, neckline, legs, or back? I want to know which one my queens choose. Code number 4. Invisible shoes. This one is going to make you look at your shoe collection completely differently. Flashy shoes steal the entire outfit. And in summer, this problem gets significantly worse because the temptation is to wear sandals with straps, buckles, colors, and embellishments, all competing loudly for attention at the same time. And your whole look, your hair, your outfit, your presence gets completely lost because every eye went straight to your feet and stayed there. Women who look expensive do the complete opposite. They wear shoes that almost disappear. Smooth leather mules, minimalist slides, clean flat sandals with no extra detailing, simple, understated, quiet. When the shoe is understated, the eye travels up. It takes in the full look, the hair, the face, the jewelry, the whole magnificent woman. When the shoe is loud, the gaze gets stuck at the feet. And that is the very last place you want attention to stop. Pair those simple, understated shoes with a clean, fresh pedicure. Neat-shaped nails in a neutral or classic deep red polish. That combination is an instant style upgrade that costs almost nothing but communicates everything. Drop a comment and tell me, are you a minimalist shoe woman or do you love a statement sandal? Because I feel like this one is going to divide the comments beautifully. Code number 5. The wrong kind of shine. Have you ever seen a woman with absolutely everything going right in her outfit? The silhouette, the color, the fit, but something still felt slightly off. Slightly cheap, even though you could not explain exactly why. 9 times out of 10, it is the accessories. Under direct summer sunlight, very shiny mirror-like metals look like costume jewelry, even when they are real gold. The harsh sun hits that bright, reflective surface and gives off an artificial glitter that reads as cheap immediately, regardless of what you actually paid for the piece. Elegant women in the heat choose matte metals instead. Brushed gold, oxidized silver, matte bronze. These still read as precious and high quality, but they do not compete with the sun. They work with the light instead of fighting it. And the result is a quiet, understated luxury that is unmistakable. And one more rule that is completely non-negotiable. Pick one metal and commit to it for the entire look. Gold earrings, gold bracelet, gold watch are all silver. Never both together in the summer sun. Mixing metals reads confused rather than creative. And confusion is the enemy of elegance. And always, always wear earrings. Even a small discreet hoop. Earrings frame the face, pull the entire look upward, and give everything a finished quality that absolutely no other accessory can match. What is your go-to metal? Gold or silver? Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling this is going to be a very passionate debate. Code number 6. Intentionally styled hair. Now, this might be the most controversial code of the entire video, and I genuinely want your honest, unfiltered opinion in the comments on this one. It is hot. Your hair starts to frizz. You pull it up quickly into a bun because you are completely over it, and it looks exactly like that. Like a woman who got hot and gave up on herself somewhere between the car and the front door. Elegant women handle this exact same situation completely differently. They use what stylists call the controlled intentional look. An ultra-sleek low bun held smooth with gel or mousse. A slicked back ponytail with a clean center part. Braids or locks pinned deliberately and beautifully. Hair that looks intentionally chosen, not abandoned. And that word is everything. Intentional. When your hair is pulled back deliberately and controlled, the message is, I chose this look. I made this decision. This is exactly what I meant to do. When it is messy and inconsistent, the message is, I ran out of options and time. Same temperature. Same effort level. Completely different perception. Finish with a little hair oil on the ends for that polished, sleek shine. And suddenly you are not suffering in the heat anymore. You are elegantly and intentionally cool. Now here is the question I really need us to discuss in the comments today. Do you think the standard of what looks elegant has always been fair to Black women and our natural hair textures? Because I have very strong feelings about this, and I want to know yours. Talk to me. I read every single comment. Code number 7. The invisible third piece. I saved this one for last because this is the single code that makes the biggest and most immediate visual difference, starting the very next time you get dressed. Even in extreme summer heat, women who look expensive wear 3 pieces, not 2. 3. Before you close this video, hear me out completely, because the third piece must be lighter than everything else and it must have movement. That is the entire secret. You have on a simple slip dress. Drape a long linen kimono loosely over it. Ultralight. Flows beautifully when you walk. You just added visual complexity, dimension, and sophistication without adding a single degree of heat to your body. Or a tank top and tailored shorts looking clean and simple. Now throw an oversized open linen shirt over it, draped loosely on the shoulders. Instantly elevated from simple to intentional. Or a midi dress with a light structured vest. 3 pieces, layers, dimension. The third piece tells everyone who sees you that you styled this look. You made deliberate decisions. You thought about this. And that intentionality is what elegance communicates above everything else. And here is the genius part that nobody talks about. Because that third piece is light with movement. It actually creates airflow around your body when you walk. You stay cooler with 3 pieces than you do with 2. Your comfort improves at the exact same time your style elevates. I want you to test this the very next time you have somewhere important to be. Then come back and drop a comment telling me exactly what happened. I want to hear every single detail. So let us bring all 7 codes together. Quality fabric that drapes beautifully in the heat. Layered shades of white creating quiet dimension. Skin revealed with purpose. One area only. Understated shoes that let the full, magnificent woman be seen. It matte metals that whisper quality without competing with the sun. Controlled, intentional hair that says, I chose this look. And that light, flowing third piece that adds elegance and airflow to everything. No designer labels, no expensive shopping trips, no complete wardrobe overhaul, just strategy, just knowledge, just the codes. And when you walk into that room, people will feel something when they see you, even if they cannot explain exactly what it is. The waiter will be more attentive. Your friends will ask where you got your pieces. And that one person who always has something to say about your outfits, they will go very, very quiet. Because you will look expensive. Naturally. Effortlessly. Unapologetically. Now tell me in the comments. Which of these 7 codes were you already using without knowing it had a name? And which one surprised you the most? I want real, honest answers today. If this video gave you something valuable, hit that like button, share it with the sister who needs to hear this, and subscribe to Styled by Queen if you haven't already. Because style and elegance do not fade after 50. They deepen, they refine. They become something that no amount of money can buy, and no amount of heat can touch. See you in the next one, Queens.